Hello everybody, we're back here on Fishing Planet, and today I decided to go over to Rocky Lake. In the last video we did some sturgeon fishing over in the San Joaquin Delta, and last night I actually did some money grinding in St. Croix and decided to go for some pike and stuff like that. So I did get a decent amount of cash built up, so I decided we'd go for kind of just a little bit of a fun video, because I do enjoy fishing for trout here at Rocky Lake a lot more than I do some of the higher paying fish. I don't know, there's just something about going for trout. I think it's just because there's something I fish for quite a bit in real life, so it is something I enjoy doing in this game. So I figured we'd stop by here in Colorado and go to Rocky Lake. Now, I don't know which is going to be the best place to go, because it has been some time since I've actually been here, considering I didn't play for a couple years, as I was saying in the last video that we did here on Fishing Planet. But let's go ahead and take a look at the fish species. We got black crappie, bluegill, Colorado Golden Trout, which I'm excited to try and catch some. We got the cutthroat trout that goes clear up to unique also, which is going to be a lot of fun if we can get ourselves a unique cutthroat. We got the golden shiner, the rainbow trout, which they only go up to trophy. In the next video, I might head over to the Oregon Lake if you guys would like to see that too. We got white bass and then we got white sucker. So let's go ahead and see what we can get. I just wanted to real quickly say thank you to Forktail Devil P38J, because he is the one that told me that St. Croix would be a good option for grinding up cash and XP, so that's what I did, and we ended up getting to the next level and a decent amount of money, so that was very helpful, so thank you for that, my dude. But anyway, let's get on with the trout fishing and see what we can get. Now, if I remember correctly, this little spot over here used to be absolutely fantastic for trout. I don't know if they've changed anything, but we'll give it a try and see how it is. There we go, we finally got something on. Not sure how big this little guy is. It feels like it's a pretty small one. Yeah, it's just a little cutthroat trout from the looks of it. Yeah, a young cutthroat trout. So, like I was saying, this isn't going to be the best money, but I mainly wanted to go here because I love fishing for trout in real life, and they honestly nailed the trout in this game. These cutthroat look so good, but we're gonna go ahead and keep everything we get anyways, even though they don't give a ton of money, just so we can kind of make back what we did spend to get here. Well, something's striking at it. It's not able to get it though, from what I can tell. It's hit it twice, and both times completely missed the lure. Very interesting. I might go ahead and try something else. I haven't really been getting any luck on this barbless nano spinner, so we might have to try something a little bit different. It's been forever since I've been here, but we'll try a few different things and see how they work. Alright, so I went ahead and fast forwarded the time because I realized that we weren't even in the prime time to be catching them, so yeah, hopefully we'll have a little bit of better luck now, since we are at a more optimal time to be catching fish. And I probably need to change maybe colors on this lure. We'll try a different color. I haven't had any bites on this one in particular. Ooh, there we go. I changed locations and almost immediately we have a fish on. Legit the first cast over here. We got something on. Go ahead and get this guy in. Seems like it's a decent fish at least. There we go. What is this? It is a golden trout. That looks like a decent one. Yeah, that's a trophy Colorado Golden Trout. Nice. That is very nice. Let's look at this guy. Let's look at this little guy. Very nice fish. Very nice fish indeed. Let's go ahead and get a little picture of this guy, I guess, since I have not got one of these before. Beautiful. That's a nice little find. 200 XP for that little guy too. That's not bad at all. That is not bad at all. So let's keep trying to get some more of those, because they seem to be giving decent amounts of cash. Like we got another one. There we go. I was gonna say I see that little guy chasing after it. Oh, I just flung that fish everywhere. I am so sorry, little guy. That was very interesting. It's just a young rainbow trout, but That little guy went flying. That poor little fish. So we're now 2 for 2 at this spot. I've made 2 casts, well, technically 3, but I reeled one of them in almost immediately to change reels and line to kind of balance this setup a little bit better. So that's pretty much 2 for 2 casts over here. Looks like we got another going for it. Something struck. I do really love how clear this lake is. Makes it a lot easier to tell if you're actually going to be getting a strike, because you can pretty much see the fish at all times when they're chasing your lure, which is very helpful in determining when you're going to get a fish on. So I did just remember that we are doing this mission currently where we need to get a trophy trout of all the different trout species, so I guess we could kind of work towards getting that done in these next couple videos. So we've got this location that we're at currently where we can get a few of these trout species, but we're gonna have to go to some of the other locations to get the others. Like, I think next we'll head over to Oregon and go for like the red band trout and some other trout species there if we aren't able to get them here. So that's gonna be something fun to kind of do while we're fishing all these different locations. There we go. That was almost immediate. We got that guy on pretty quickly. It does feel like it's a very small one though. This might be the smallest one we've caught so far. Yeah, it looks like it's just a little cutthroat trout. Maybe even a rainbow. Yeah, it is a cutthroat. Go ahead and keep that little guy. And we'll go ahead and cast back out. I've been getting a lot more fish over here compared to the other location, which, now that I think of it, I do believe this was always the best spot anyways. I used to catch tons of rainbow trout throughout this area. A lot of trophy ones too. There we go, another one. Fish are going crazy today. Getting a bunch of little trout. Another small one, but it's still a fish nonetheless. A little bit more money because this one was a young rainbow instead of a young cutthroat. But this little spot is producing like crazy today. Getting so many little fish. There we go, once again. This spot is just producing like crazy. It is absolutely chock full of fish. This is actually a decent one, it seems. Yeah, that looks like a normal cutthroat. Nice. $154, 48 XP, 1.3 pound cutthroat trout. Go ahead and toss that in the fish keeper. But I'm very impressed at how well this spot is doing. We're actually getting a lot of fish. I don't know if it's just the fact that I switched time, or maybe the fact that I changed to a different color of spinner, but doing a lot better than we were doing at the very start of this video. It was pretty slow to start off with, but speeding up for sure. It's definitely speeding up. Alright, so I let the spinner sink clear to the bottom this time because I cast into a pretty deep spot in this little lake. Hopefully that will produce a big fish, because I know in real life a lot of the larger trout do kinda stick to the deep pools. Especially on a hot day in rivers, they're either going to be found in the very deep pools or in the rapids. I'm not sure if it's going to be the same on a lake, but as far as I know, the deeper spots tend to hold the bigger fish. But most of my lifetime I've spent fishing in rivers, so I don't know the most about lakes. I have fished a few of them, but it was mainly shore fishing, so wasn't ever really out in the super deep areas. But as far as I know, trout do tend to stay in the colder portions of the lake, which would be the deeper spots. There we go. Another little trout on. What is this one? Looks like maybe another cut. Yeah, I think it's another cutthroat. We're getting a ton of them. Oh, actually, that one's a rainbow trout. Honestly, it's really hard to tell the cutthroat and the rainbow trout apart until you actually get them out of the water. When they're still fighting, they kind of look the same for the most part. Oh my gosh, another one. This feels like a really small one. This might be the smallest one we've had on. Yeah, it's definitely a little guy. And it is another young rainbow trout, slightly smaller than the last one. There we go. Another little guy. Once again, another young cutthroat trout. I think these guys actually give some of the least amount of money at this particular location. The young cutthroats do not give a lot of cash, unfortunately. Ooh, I missed. There was one that struck, but I did miss the strike on it. That's kind of unfortunate. There we go. Got another one on finally. It's been a little while since my last bite, so I'm super happy to get one of these little guys. Another young cutthroat. I think this is actually the smallest one, or one of the smallest ones we've caught today. So, it's unfortunate, but I've honestly never been happier to get a small fish. And we just completed a challenge. All you need is lure 1. Catch certain number of fish using lure tackle. 1 bait coin. Nice. So we got ourselves a free bait coin. We'll keep seeing if we can get something bigger. I do want to try and get another golden trout because they are a ton of fun. But honestly, this is really why I love using ultralight tackle on trout. It's just a blast. It really is just a ton of fun. And there we go. We got another fish on. Because even some of these smaller fish do put up a little bit of a fight on ultralight tackle. Even though these guys aren't putting up the biggest fights because these are the younger fish. Whenever we hook something that's just a normal size cutthroat, it does put up a decent little fight. And obviously, like right now, I've got a little bit heavier reel and line than I would like to have. I'd like to get even lighter tackle, but for now this will have to do because it's what I had on me. But it's been a ton of fun. I do really, really love using ultralight tackle on these little trout. There we go. That one seems about the same as the last few that we've caught. Yes, guys, another smaller sized one. Another young rainbow trout. Alright, I'm gonna cast in the same spot that we caught that golden trout, and we'll see if maybe we can get ourselves another one. They do seem to be the least common of all the trout species that are here. I believe that's how it was when I used to play a lot also. I think they've always been one of the harder to get fish. Ooh, there we go. I saw that guy strike. That is a slightly bigger fish. It looks like it might actually be a golden trout. Oh yeah, this is definitely a golden trout. Nice, so I think we found the spot we need to cast. Ooh, that's another trophy one. Look at the size of that thing. Is this smaller or bigger than the last one? I think this might be a little bit bigger, actually. I think this one might be bigger. Go ahead and take a better look at this little guy. Beautiful. These fish really are just amazing looking. Absolutely beautiful fish, so we'll go ahead and keep this little guy. Alright, well, I think that's a good way to end it. We had a pretty good day of fishing. Let's go ahead and look at our fish keeper. We got a total of 13 fish, a bunch of young cutthroat and rainbow trout, and then we got a normal common size cutthroat trout and 2 trophy Colorado Golden Trout. And looks like the first one we caught was bigger. So that is the biggest fish that we got here, was a 1.7 pound trophy golden trout. So that's pretty awesome. Definitely pretty awesome. And they give a decent amount of XP and cash, honestly. Not too bad at all. So just from this, we've pretty much made back the majority of the travel fee. Because I believe it cost $2,000 to travel here. And we made $1,374, so that's not too bad at all. It's definitely not too bad. But anyway, if you guys have any suggestions of locations you'd like me to go to in the future, let me know. Or if there's just any type of lure fishing or bait fishing that you'd like me to try out in the future, feel free to leave a comment down below. But I think our next video that we're going to do on here is going to be at the Oregon Lake. And then from there on, who knows? who knows what we're gonna do. We're probably gonna go for the rest of the trout species we need to complete that mission that I'm on. But I think that's going to be it for today. Hope everybody has a fantastic day, and peace, my dudes. If you are new here and you are liking what you see, consider subscribing to the channel and turning notifications on. Also, if you want to help the channel grow, be sure to like the video because this alone can help the video and my channel do better. But that's going to be it for me. Peace, my dudes. I hope you all have a fantastic day.